Okay, today is the end of day 6. Praise the Lord. Haven't been able to go this far in quite a while. There's 2 things I wanted to share. One of them is the fact that the Lord sustains you in a fast. I remember when I was, not even when I was just young, but that's when I first thought about fasting. I was a mom and my boys were young, were probably like 5 and 6. And I used to try to fast. Like I said, I'm going to fast every Monday for my boys, for my family. And it was so hard for me. I mean, I would be dying just not to eat breakfast. And I struggled with it. And every Monday I would begin to dread Mondays because the guilt, or I'd try to sleep in as long as possible, which is not possible when you have young children. But it's like, it was really difficult. So that's why I know that when the Lord calls me to a fast, He sustains me, because I would never be able to do this without Him sustaining me. So I just want to throw that out there. If you struggle with fasting, know that the Lord, when He wants you to fast, He's going to sustain you. And so that's my encouragement on that one. Another thing I wanted to say is my husband has been very supportive, which I'm very happy about. When I first start fasting, I actually drink bubbly water. So I actually start out with like Perrier and this German water. I try to get like special waters, make it nice. And my husband actually gets those for me. But after a while, just like I'm telling you, like within the first 4 or 5 days, I just cannot stomach the bubbly water anymore. So then my husband will he bought me Evian. And then this is new, and these are just spring water. This is the new one. It's like Italy, so it's nice water. So it just tastes like water. So, but I also do drink our RO system water. And also another thing I noticed as I get further along in my fast, that I start drinking ice. Not drinking ice, but putting ice in my water because it has to be cold. And I'm not usually like that. I mean, I'm the type of person that doesn't care for ice really. But on my fast, yeah, I start turning toward ice. So that's just a couple of just like weird stuff I wanted to share. In my reading today, I was reading the end of Exodus, Exodus 40, and how Moses had the temple built, the tabernacle built the way the Lord had told him to do it. They all did it, and they set it up. And then the glory of the Lord descends on the tabernacle. And when it was stayed there, the Israelites stayed in place. And when it went up, they would move. But just the fact that his glory was resting on this man-made building, to me, not building, but the tabernacle. But to me, it's like, isn't that amazing? Because the Lord could have just made it, it's exactly however He wanted, but He used man. He gave man the instructions, and then he even gives man the ability. He specifically tells Moses which men that He gives the wisdom and the skill to do the things He needed them to do, like, the linens, the overlaying of the tabernacle and gold and all these things. That was going to take a skillful workman, and God's the one that put the wisdom in them. And that's what I'm always amazed about, that is what God, the Lord, does. He puts wisdom in man, and we all get different bits of that. So that's why everybody is creative in a different way. So I always think that's pretty cool. So, but the thing I was going to say about Exodus 40 was, it amazes me that He used man to build the building. And that was my dog, Cecil. He's in here with me. And he uses us. He uses us. He uses us broken people, basically, He can't wait for us to be perfect. I always say that He can't wait for us to be perfect. We won't be perfect until we go on into, the next life, into heaven. because in this world, we're going to struggle with our flesh. And so that's pretty cool that he uses, and he wants to use us. He wants us, he gives us direction. He wants us to listen. He wants to bless us when we listen and walk in his blessings. So, as far as how I'm feeling, it was kind of tough. Today I had a few hunger pains here and there, and I felt a little, but I didn't get as bad as I usually do. Usually on day 6, I'm like, I can't even make it, and I can't even walk. And not that I can't walk, but I don't feel good. So praise the Lord. I'm so glad he's sustaining me, and I'm just going to keep going forward.